Alright, that should be the sentence done for
Come, we need to talk.
exercise Cohen Cottage. Oh, there was one before that. Shadow Queen Labyrinth. I'll have a look at that later. Right. Just before I start fully, I'm gonna do something real quick. Um, I know that was the wrong button. Right, let's see what Bath, I think it is.
So you're a citizen now. Well done. I heard something about a constable tossing people down sewer drains. Even in this shrine to knowledge, drooling idiots bumble their way to power. Ludicrous. Moving on. I require your services once more. It's Sotha Seal. Shortly after you and I parted company, I sought him out to discuss our Daedric artifact. I fear something is askew. His habits, his diction, the timbre of his voice, they've all changed, albeit subtly. Worse. Initially, I dismissed it as boredom, fatigue, or even the first signs of senility. But now, after observing him at length, I can say with certainty, this is not the Sotha Seal I know. There's Daedric mischief here, and we will root it out. We will leverage your hard-earned citizenship to make inquiries. First, I will make it known that in light of your recent exploits, I offered to take you on as my aide, an offer you eagerly accepted. As the most powerful mage in the Brast Fortress, I find it difficult to have proper conversations with common folk. They grow silent at my approach, then whisper as I leave. An appropriate, but sadly uninformative, display of deference. Indeed. It's commonly understood that servants grumble about their masters, loudly, to those they consider equals. Ask them about Sotha Seal's recent behavior. I'm confident we'll find something of value tucked away in their churlish complaints. You have questions, of course. Ask what you must. The forces at work here are cunning indeed. You should be prepared for anything. He is inscrutable, but he's also unflinching. Seal always moves deliberately, quietly, and one step at a time, like clockwork. I have never once seen him divert from his course. Until now. In the short time we've been here, he has twice adjusted city patrol routes and delivered 3 revisions to the fortress charter. Trust me when I say this is unprecedented. Sotha Seal never meddles like this. That's for you to discover. Don't bother speaking with members of the Congress. Varuni's faith in Sotha Seal is unbreakable. Chancellor Gascoigne resents any threat to the status quo. And Luciana, well, let's just say she's been less than helpful. Luciana resents my presence, but she's no fool. I go where I please, when I please. An open confrontation between us would likely leave hundreds dead. So do not trouble yourself. She will not stand in the way of our investigation. Well, you've met Varuni. She's pleasant, without being vapid or boring. Then again, her doe-eyed faith in Sotha Sil turns my stomach. I find religious attachments repulsive. My thoughts on Luciana are well known. As for Gascoigne... Gascoigne serves as Chancellor. He commands respect, but suffers from the peculiar character flaw of demanding praise at all times. Adulation. A sad fixation indeed. He holds great power, but it's his petty obsessions that make him dangerous. Be wary.
Sounds fun. There's top two people in here.
I don't care if he is a god. If Lord Vivek holds audience, so must Sotha Sil.
You've been told before, Villar. That's not how things work here.
Of all the rudeness I've ever encountered, I demand...
Demand what? A night in a cold cell? Because that could be arranged.
You're Lord Fear's newest steward, huh? Could we talk later? If I don't finish this lamp inventory, Gascoigne will feed me to the fabricants. Yeah, Gascoigne must know how much I love doing paperwork. A few days ago, Sotha Sil ordered us to rip out all the lamps in here and replace them with less efficient ones. What kind of sense does that make? Who wants weaker lamps? A bunch of factotums loaded them onto a dolly and dumped them somewhere in the mechanical fundament. Hey, I know that look. If you're looking to poach a free lamp, don't bother. Gascoigne made us slag them all. And that's not even the worst part. Half the old switches don't work with the new lamp, so we've had to manufacture new switches, and half the time the switches get installed backwards, which means we have to do it all over again. Even the factotums don't know what they're doing. And don't even get me started on the lamp assembly. Sotha Sil could have turned the fabricators to make the new lamps with a flick of his finger, but he demanded that we do it instead. Do you have any idea how complex the fabricators are?
Greetings, President.
So you're de Vaythir's new auxiliary, eh? Tough luck, friend. I've heard he's an insufferable bastard, but at least he's not Sotha Sil. Better to be turned into a Guar than to serve the Clockwork God. Not anymore. In the old days, sure. He was easy to please because he was never around. These days, he changes his mind about something every night. Constant meetings, new dictums daily, adjustments to factotum patrols. It's a nightmare. Trust me, this is unprecedented. I'm afraid something's wrong with his enhancements. Like he's having trouble regulating. He's a different person, I swear. Don't tell anyone I said this, especially Gascoigne. Blasphemy doesn't go over well nowadays. Yes, speaking ill of a god never turns out well. In the old days, he'd take it in stride. Commit your small blasphemies, he'd say. The fire of doubt turns ignorance to steam. But not anymore. This place is becoming more like Mournhold every day. Right. I'm sure you have plenty of work to do for Lord Fear. He's back a few days and already burying you in paperwork, no doubt. Take care of yourself, friend.
I'm checking something. Game was lagging there for a bit, for whatever reason. No, that's paused. Okay. May have just been a weird bug.
Accessing general greeting array. Hello, resident.
So you're the one Devaith tapped to be his aide in the Brass Fortress. Sorry to hear that. Provost Varuni's ancestors hail from House Telvanni, just like Lord Fear. But honestly, they couldn't be more different. Not as bad as you might expect. She's young, youth comes with impatience, but I've never felt unfairly judged, and she's generous with her praise. Honestly, if I had the choice between serving Varuni or Sotha Seal, I'd take Varuni every time. Now more than ever, I don't pretend to understand his motives, but he's never been so demanding. One example? He insists that we turn all the lights down before he enters a room. Do you have any idea how difficult that is? It's maddening. Huh, flipping switches. That's rich. Each lamp has its own switch, and some lamps have multiple switches. And if that isn't bad enough, some switches control multiple lamps. He's a god, I know, but it shouldn't take a genius to turn on the lights. Don't even get me started. Varuni might demand some obscure tome in the middle of the night or chide someone for leaving oil on the floor, but that's the worst of it. Sotha Seal exiled an auxiliary last week because she forgot to switch off a lamp. Right, don't let me keep you. I can't imagine how demanding Devaith Fear must be. Better you than me, that's for sure. Keep your nose to the cogs and you'll be fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to flip 24 switches again.
Oh, he's allergic to what? Bright lights. That's what it sounds like.
Were you treated well by the menials? I assume they battered you with complaints. What have you learned? Yes, well, I could have told you that. That's why I sent you here after all. What kinds of demands? Be specific. The lamps in the locutorium, yes? The large assembly room over there? The auxiliaries and factotums have been laboring in there day and night ever since we arrived. Curious. What could lights have to do with this? Well, there's only one way to find out. Impressive. I assumed I'd have to explain it to you. Of course, this requires a functional lamp. I assume he ordered them destroyed. Speak to that high elf of yours, Neramo. The dark elf as well. We need one of these lamps repaired and operable.
I don't care if he is a god. If Lord Vivek holds audience, so must Sotha Seal.
You've been told before,
What do you want?
Villar. That's not how things work here.
Of all the rudeness I've ever encountered, I demand...
Demand what? A night in a cold cell? Because that could be arranged.
That was a brave deed, rescuing Sandras.
Ah, I hope to see you again, Assistant. Pray tell, what did Devaith Fear have to say? I fear that he and I might have gotten off to a poor start. Did he ask about me? Any mention of my many exploits? Raynor? Surely this is something I can handle myself. Impressing Devaith Fear could greatly increase my standing in the Dwemer scholarly community. Tell me, what does Lord Fear ask of me? Us? He just wants us to build a lamp? What an odd request. No matter. I would be happy to offer my ample expertise, provided you let Devaith Fear know that I did so. First things first. I need to study one of the lamps we're supposed to recreate.
guessing I guess I'm gonna have to go through multiple enemies just to get the...
Some kind of tubular housing. Probably meant to protect a glass interior? Difficult to say. A complex filament of some kind. The weaving on this fiber, it must be machine-made. I should be taking notes. Some kind of compressor. For funneling a gas, perhaps? Interesting. Look at the apertures on this. It must be some kind of modulator that changes the nature of the light. Fascinating. Compressors, filaments, housings, modulators. Yes! I think I understand what these discarded lights have in common. Unlike the other lamps, these compress some kind of geodic gas into metal tubes, then modulate the light to create another kind of illumination that mortal eyes cannot see. Invisible light! Remarkable! The potential applications are limitless. Yes, with Rayna's assistance, I believe we can recreate this lamp without much difficulty. Of course, you'll need to procure the requisite parts. These are all broken beyond repair. What do you plan to do with this light, exactly? You plan to do what? Oh dear. Well, this seems like a terrible idea, but I shall rely upon you and Lord Fear to protect me. Here's a list of the components I'll need. Once you've acquired them, meet me in the Hall of Refined Techniques. Good luck.
It's a sky shard.
Sweet
Ah, there we go. A staircase.
Now there's the look of someone on the hunt for something specific. You've come to the right place, friend. I've got a bit of everything. What can I get you? As a matter of fact, I acquired some of those just a few days ago. Apparently, someone's tossing out the old lighting to make way for the new. They're not easy to come by anymore, though. What's your offer? Varuni Arvel? Well, that changes everything. Any friend of Varuni's is a friend of mine. Why don't you take this tube on the house? Just let Varuni know how helpful I was, all right? And that I'm pretty good looking. Well spoken, too. Deal?
Ah, you've returned! Excellent! Raynor and I have cobbled together a serviceable frame for the lamp. All we need now are the components I sent you to acquire. Were you successful? Wonderful! I'm confident this lamp will conform to the exact specifications of the lamps they removed, provided Raynor didn't make any miscalculations. So, would this be the time to inform Devaith Fear of our success? Or mine, specifically? Excellent, excellent! No need to return here, of course. Kirith should be back straight away, and I'll have her run the completed lamp over to the locutorium as soon as it's ready. See you soon, assistant. I'm glad Stormhold is safe again. But why did the killer restrict himself to Dunmer?
Right, yes, so that is picking up audio. I probably should have started. Sorry, probably should have checked that it was picking up audio before I started streaming, but I didn't really. Change any settings, so I don't know why it would have. But it's good to double check. There you are.
Ah, I was beginning to worry. Not about you, of course. These apostles have been circling me like cliff racers. Looking for an autograph, no doubt. So tiresome. I take it you were successful in learning about these lights and constructing a new one? Well done. I assume you discovered the special property of these lamps. Why does my dear friend Seal go to such lengths to avoid them? Invisible light. Fascinating. To help with factotum navigation, perhaps? Huh. No matter. Further inquiry must wait. Now is the time for action. I will request a congressional assembly. Plant your lamp on the balcony above, then return to me.
Did you say something about putting the lamp on the balcony? We might have a problem. Raynor and that annoying high elf finished your lamp, but there's a problem. On the way here, I overheard an aide complaining about some new security measures Sotha Seal put in place. Looks like the balcony is under heavy guard now. Looks that way, unless you want blood on your hands, of course. But that might complicate our sponsorship a smidge, yeah? Just be quick and quiet, like me. You'll be fine. Here's the lamp, good luck.
Yay, stealth! Oh, it's always good when you do the trespassing thing. You're doing something good. In and out.
I convinced Sotha Seal that the Congress requires yet another lecture on the sanctity of clockwork automata. He eagerly agreed. Seemed almost giddy about it. It was unsettling. Is all in readiness? Good. Seal's lecture should begin any moment now. Stand ready to activate the lamp. I'm reasonably certain that something will happen, but the specifics elude me. I guess this is what uncertainty feels like. What a novel change of pace.
My beloved factotums serve as an extension of my divine will. Accost them, and you accost me. In the past, I have encouraged a child's curiosity and accepted minor blasphemies. But my generosity has limits. Know this. Any servant of the Clockwork God found tinkering with factotums shall face severe sanction. In this place, my word shapes, instructs, and controls.
What is that? What's happening?
Absolute.
After him! Someone seize that imposter!
I am the Clockwork God. You will kneel before me. Kneel! Curse you, outsider. I will return.
Whatever. You acquired a ticket event. Ah. Okay. Special currency called event tickets will only be dispensed during specific activities during an event. These tickets are shared across all characters on an account, but a single account can only hold a maximum of 12. Remember to redeem them often by visiting. Right, okay. I think, maybe, I don't know.
I haven't the time to discuss this, Varuni. Wittingly or unwittingly, Lord Set no longer serves the people of Clockwork City. Now, if you will excuse me.
Gascon, where are you going? When news of this gets out... We need to issue a statement or at least gather the Congress for an emergency session.
I have urgent matters to attend to. Make whatever statement you like. I will return soon.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not up to something.
Well, that was enlightening. To think I've been speaking to Sotha Sil's shadow all this time. It seemed so lifelike. Far more advanced than my own, I'm sorry to say. Fascinating. It really is too bad we'll all be dead soon. Well, I don't mean to alarm you, but I will be frank. If an impostor sits upon the throne aligned and learns how to wield the power of this place, a cataclysm will follow. We may yet discover a way to avert this disaster, but the chances are slim. Stay with Varuni. With Sotha Sil exposed as an impostor, the Congress will fall into turmoil. In such chaos, dark truths always float to the surface. Pray they do so quickly. I have other inquiries to make. Stay vigilant. We will meet again soon.
My dear Lord Set, what happened to you? I can scarcely believe what we just witnessed. How could this happen? How could a shadow masquerade as Lord Set? The Father of Mysteries would never let such a thing happen. There must be another explanation. Fear, of course. Always the iconoclast. I'll bet he's snickering at us even now. It doesn't matter. I appreciate your diligence. This has been a profoundly upsetting ordeal, but we must move forward. We must find the real Lord Set. Yes, he was acting strangely, wasn't he? He always chafed under Lord Set's rule. Now he finally has a pretext to seize control, and he slinks away like a broken basilisk. Curious. Too curious. The real Lord Set will aid us eventually, I know it. In the meantime, we must do for ourselves. Thank you for everything you've done. It appears we'll have to do a lot more before this is through. Classic Gascon. Fleeing to his chambers when things go poorly. I'm sure that news of Lord Set's condition has already made it to the streets. We have to move quickly to prevent a panic. Try to talk to Gascon. He clearly doesn't care what I have to say, but he might listen to an exodromal. You remain, a novelty. No offense. We can't assemble the Congress without the Chancellor. Check his rectory in the west wing of the Basilica. He hides in there sometimes to nurse a bruised ego or write passive-aggressive memoranda. I'll try to settle the Apostle's nerves. Honestly, my nerves could use some settling. Don't let Gascon wriggle out of this. He has a duty and an obligation, as do I. What? Yes. Yes, I'll be fine. This makes no sense. I don't understand how a shadow could take Lord Set's place. Maybe this is some sort of test. But why test us? The Clockwork Apostles haven't strayed. We build and pray and experiment just as the holy texts dictate. Compromised? You make it sound as if Lord Set suffers some kind of defect, like a crimped duct or a stripped bolt or something. We're talking about a divine being. Gods can't be compromised. They exist without flaws. Right? Do you know what the sermons say? Complexity belies the truth. The world rests on simple principles. Set is the truth and the light. Understand the simple, and you understand the obscure. I do appreciate your candor. Let's pick this up again later.
By his word, I am bound.
Where did you hide it, you worm?
Hmm.
There you are.
He's running for his life.
The factotums reported a strange energy signature in Gascoigne's rectory. Did you find anything odd in there? Sounds like a nocturnal shrike. By the gears, how did that thing make it past our security coils? Is Gascoigne... Not suspicious at all, is it? A sudden departure followed by a Daedra attack. You're right. I knew Gascoigne was a conceited sluggard, but consorting with Daedra? I pray it's not true. We need to discover what he has that the Daedra covet. Proctor Luciana might be able to organize a search. She just left to disperse a crowd. I hope you catch Gascoigne soon. We need to know what he knows immediately. Birds? Not that I'm aware of. He might be tinkering with some kind of avian automaton, but he rarely discusses that sort of thing with me. Why do you ask? Wait, feathers? From a live bird? Unprecedented. As far as I know, no living bird has ever set foot or wing in Clockwork City. And even if they did, they wouldn't last long. Not a lot of worms crawling around here. They do eat worms, right? Fascinating. I've always wanted to see one. Under better circumstances, of course. I'll notify our naturalists once we resolve this situation with Gascoigne. I'm afraid not. Gascoigne keeps his own counsel about what he does outside the Basilica. He spent a few days out in the Radius last month, but that's hardly unusual. Apostles conduct research outside the fortress all the time. Mathematics, mostly. Predictive theory, spherical values, virtuous enumeration, that sort of thing. He just published a dissertation on transdimensional calculation, making inferences on how numbers change during planar travel. Impressive work. The specificity of his calculations just boggles the mind. It's almost as if he had access to a planar rift. Oh no. I don't want to even consider it. Not until we have proof.
What that means is, yes,
I
he
knew
was.
this wouldn't end well.
I'm not here to speculate on Lord Set's whereabouts. I'm here to clear the square.
You don't know, do you? I knew it! This is a disaster!
If you want to panic, do so in your own homes, not in the public square. Now disperse, or be dispersed. Get them moving.
You heard the Proctor. Return to your homes.
If you're looking for Lord Set, I don't know where he is. I will find out, though. Count on it. Gascoigne, what has he done now? I can't keep up with the complaints. Good. Maybe a fabricant ate him. Our luck has to change at some point. So, he finally graduated from corrupt hobbyist to professional villain. I'm almost relieved. Now we can finally give him what he deserves. I assume you informed your sponsor, Provost Varuni? A citywide search? I can't spare enough apostles to search a broom closet. Reports are flooding in from the Radius. Stories about fanatics in black robes, pale-skinned Daedra, living shadows. We may have a full-scale invasion on our hands. I have one asset I can spare. I know an artificer, Dalamar. He takes some getting used to, but you won't find a better tinkerer. He can help you find Gascoigne, guaranteed. Go talk to him. He set up shop near the tenements. Slagtown. I knew that slag-addled piece of garbage Gascon would turn on us eventually. We should have dealt with this decades ago.
It's been here into the left.
Capable combatants needed for hazardous work. Please respond for more information.
Want to help Slag Town?
Look at you, all full of fleshy bits. Not a scrap of brass on you, is there? That won't do, that will not do. I can fix you up, no bother at all. Maybe new feet. You need new feet, don't you? A missing person? How mysterious. You wouldn't be looking for Sotha Seal, would you? I hear rumors, you know, all kinds of rumors. Something about him turning into a crow. Or was it a frog? Never mind. Luciana did you a favor. I have just the thing. Whoa! Cool those cogs, you twitchy rascal. This little scrap heap should do the trick. Meet Snuffler, the tracking Nix. Keep close to Snuffler, but not too close, you know. He spooks easily, and when he spooks, someone typically gets stabbed. Just a friendly warning. Good luck! There he goes! I just replaced his leg springs, so try to keep up!
Snuffler. Is that because he sniffs things, or is it because he kills things or stabs them repeatedly? I have questions about that name. I mean, this is going very fast.
Oi! Wake up, Johnny! Visitors! Ah, you're useless. What are you doing nosing around here with that ugly beast? Johnif and I haven't done nothing. Chancellor who? Oh, you mean that brass-arsed fancy boots that came running through here? Yeah, I seen him. Dragging his silly apostle skirts behind him like a broken wheel chain. Seemed like he was in a hurry. Pretty suspicious, if you ask me. Yeah, the grease mucks up Dabrakan snoots. That's why we stay down here. Wouldn't want the constable to see you. Never mind. Your man headed west. Should be some oily footprints about. Follow those tracks and you'll find your fancy boots.
misgiving, Chancellor, beat you to it. Who are you? Another one of vile, sniveling agents. Gascoigne's gone. Now, let me return to my mistress in peace. West, in the ventral terminus. He may have killed me, but he won't last long. He sealed his fate the moment he betrayed us. There existed a covenant between your Gascon, Clavicus Vile, and my mistress. But he broke it. Now he will drown in blood. Night Mistress, I am coming.
You really have no idea, do you? Daedric forces conspire in every dark corner, lurk behind every tree and stone. We spread like a plague, claiming more souls and territory with each passing hour. So the Seal's precious city will die at our hands.
Yes, Scathin and others. They served their purpose, and yet they linger, confounding my mistress's plans and providing safe harbor to that toad, Gascoigne. I will say no more.
Gascoigne vowed to bring us an artifact of great power. Now, the artifact is gone, but don't worry. My mistress will wring the truth out of him soon. The Whispering Shadows will claim this artifact, and you will all die, deafened by your own screams.
It's a shame we can't just claim the XP for ourselves. You know, one quick poke with a knife. I get the feeling that sorry, he's been hurt. Beautiful. Alright, come on. Daedra Heart. Daedra Heart. Where is it here?
What? Who's out there? Be gone, whoever you are. I sealed the door and it shall remain sealed for as long as necessary. Questions? You think I'm foolish enough to let you in? No, this door will remain closed. I just need time to work this out, to smooth things over. Simple. Now leave me be. Who I keep counsel with is none of your concern. You're just like Varuni, so uptight, so naive. If you value your life, you'll leave this place now!
Problem solved. And quite easily.
So you found a way in after all. Impressive. Too bad it's a dead end. Unless you can smash through solid bedrock, you'll never find me. Plotting something, are we? Well, that rusty heap has been gathering dust for decades. You may as well just give up.
Proximity sensors engaged.
What? What have you done?
Testing protocol initially responding to hostile behavior. Combat sequence operational. Integrity compromised.
Did your new
Ceasing
toy
all
wind down?
functions.
What a shame. May as well give up.
Why can you just let me fight the freedom quicker?
Primary functions
Don't understand.
operational.
I had to do this. You are ruining everything.
Engaging threat. Testing protocol initiating engaging threat. Combat sequence operational. Responding to hostile behavior.
Enough. Reroute the charge gate. Stop this thing.
He's not that far away now.
You summon me again. I grow tired of this.
You horn cap of food, just help me!
How did you... I yield. Just follow me outside, all right? I promise I will explain everything. I know how this looks, but you have to understand. Those shadow cultists meant to slit my throat. I had to leave. My life was in danger. Don't you see that? Fine. I made a bargain with Clavicus Vile. I know. Questionable. Just hear me out. All he wanted was a key. If I got it for him, he'd make me the ruler of Clockwork City. Unfortunately, someone stole the key before I could deliver it. Some daft talking crows. After that terrible business with the Shadow, I returned to my office to think. I arrived just in time to see one of those disgusting birds make off with the artifact. I panicked and ran here to hide. On my life, I did not. I wanted to heal the city, not destroy it. If I had known, I swear I never would have gone through with it. Yes, my methods were unconventional, I admit it. But you have to understand, I didn't do this for me. I did it for the city. Look around. Bloodthirsty fabricants, barren wastes, crumbling towers. This is all Sotha Seal's fault. He abandoned us. While he tinkers away in the Centralis, we scrape by, eating nutriment paste and hiding from killer machines. Is that fair? Should we thank him for that? My eyes are open. The people of Clockwork City deserve better. I thought so. Look, bartering with Clavicus Vile was unwise, I know. Offering Daedric artifacts to Dark Princes, it was a mistake. Even so, I can be a useful ally. I know our enemy better than anyone. You need me.
Well, that's one problem solved.
May Set's divine clockwork protect you, resident.
Still nothing on the security coils? Where could he have gone?
He clearly fled the fortress, into the jaws of a fabricant, I hope. Thank the gears you're back.
Finally. I've been pacing a hole in the floor since you left. An engine can only idle for so long, you know. Did Luciana find you? Did you find that Skeevaton Gascone? Gascone is dead? Well, he left us no choice, right? Good riddance, I suppose. I'll send some reclamation drones to collect his remains. Now, what's this about Clavicus Vile? The Clockwork City owes you a tremendous debt. Gascone's death was necessary to safeguard the people. Now we just have to follow the clues he left behind. Please, take this, and my thanks. Obviously, we need to recover this mysterious key. I don't know where it is, or what it does, but if Daedric princes intend to mount an invasion over it, we can't afford to let it slip through our fingers. Gascone insisted that talking crows stole the key from him, right? We should start with them. According to the constables, the birds started stealing things as soon as they arrived. I've never seen a crow before. Is that sort of thing unusual? Well, the fact that they arrived so soon after you revealed the shadow is suspicious. But they seem more interested in simple mischief than anything else. Ask around the Chancel of Transaction. Perhaps one of our constables can tell you more. The sermons never prepared us for something like this. Perhaps, when this is all over, Lord Set can write an addendum on what to do when talking crows and Daedric monsters come calling.
Right, 1 minute. I'm gonna pause this here. Right, I am back. Right, let's continue.
That was a brave deed, rescuing Sandra.
Well?
Mysterious clothes.
Go on, get out of here.
We go where we please, wingless. Go away, or we peck out your eyes. Eyes? Ah, sweet, juicy eyes. Such flavor. Ah, tender bits.
Vile beasts. Come to gawk at the birds? Just keep those heels spring-loaded, friend. The big one there nearly pecked an apostle's ear off. She said it was due for a replacement anyway, but even so, I'm sure it didn't tickle. Well, may Sothasil bless your attempt. Honestly, if you got them to stop bickering and babbling for even a moment, I'd probably slip a spring. Other than everywhere, the loudest gather around a tree just outside the basilica. I assume those are the ones you're after? Now listen, they'll demand some kind of ridiculous tribute, I guarantee it. Don't do anything stupid, all right? I pity the factotum that has to clean his holy likeness up there. I've never seen so many droppings in one place.
Oh, they've been shitting on the statue. Oh, I've never looked up at this guy actually. I think I've actually... Oh, you wouldn't be able to do that. Oh.
Best price is here.
Wait, no, it's not this way. Up to the left. And to the right.
Intruder! Halt! Halt! Speak or be pecked! Spy! Stay back, or I'll... Wait! I know you! The Duke's tall, fat-legged vassal from Crowswood! Ka! Well, we're not in Crowswood anymore, Featherless. Go look for shinies somewhere else! Spy! No talking! I know a spy when I see one! The Exarchs of Dross may share meat with featherless giants, but not the Black Feather Court! In wartime, only spies approach without tribute. Every bird knows that! Tribute! Yes! Shinies for the Duke! We demand a treasure from our enemy! The metal man who shouts at us, Constable Drados! May his tail droop and his wings wither! Snatch up his silver treasure, and then we parley! Go! Perhaps he carries a treasure beneath his clinkety-clanking clothes. Or maybe he hides treasure away in the stone nest called cloisters. That is for you to find out, Featherless. Now go!
Look who's back. Just couldn't turn the key with those birds, eh? Don't be too hard on yourself. At least you've still got all your fingers. I told you they'd ask for something. A silver treasure. Oh, of course! They want my canteen. Oh, those daffy birds sent you after a pewter canteen. Well, they can't have it. Sorry, mate, but I'm not about to give those scavengers anything. Fine, but this had better work. If these vermin are still filching our tools and tableware in a week's time, I'll know who to blame.
Finest quality merchandise. I have many functions to
Well, do you have our shinies? Speak, spy! Such sparkle and shine! The shouting metal man gave you this treasure willingly? Why? Ah! He quails at the might of the court and wishes to surrender! Yes! Yes, we accept! A fitting prize, this canteen. Perhaps you are a worthy crow friend after all. Ask your questions. Ask! A key? Yes, the great prize, the shiniest lock poker. Our heroic knight of Marrow breached the gates and claimed it from the clumsy apostles and our exarch foes. The featherless ones squabble over its whereabouts, but they'll never find it. Never! No, only our Duke of Crows knows. You cannot speak to him, crow friend, not without an escort. Find the Knight of Marrow. He is our grandest champion, sleek and strong. Honor him with shinies and sweet meats, and he may help. By a great waterfall, south and east, swooning like a lovesick dove, no doubt. Even now he builds his lady love a glorious nest, but she is fickle and he is foolish. Go and talk to him. He needs adventure.
Who is this? Do you come to challenge the Knight of Marrow? Have at thee, featherless foe. If you be foe, cast down your silly gauntlet. But I warn you, you touch this magnificent trove at your peril. I gathered these treasures for my lady love, and I would sooner die than let you take them. What say you, featherless? The Duke holds court in Blackfeather Castle. I could arrange a meeting, but can't you see? Heartache has clipped my wings. Lady Blightwing spurns me. My heroic exploits and shiny gifts only bore her. Mine is a tale of woe. Woe! You would do that? But how? I gathered a great hoard of glistening treasures and sweetmeats, and she only laughed. Laughed! Perhaps a different gift. You featherless ones sometimes woo with song and verse, yes? Teach me. Yes, a poem! A trinket unlike any other! The flightless oafs who live here in the fortress hid a great hoard of words in one of their stone houses. If you help me pluck the tenderest verses, I will take you to see the Duke. Follow me! The word vault is this way! This way!
flower garden, bird songs.
My feathers quiver with inspiration. Tell me, have you found a poem worthy of Lady Blightwing?
You need something? I'm sort of in the middle of this theorem, and... yep, lost it again. Damn. Well, you've got my attention now. What do you want? Love poem? By the gears, why do you want one of those? I don't stray far from the mathematics spools nowadays, but I used to love the Ballad of Brisbane, the Battle Axe. Might not be the sweetest verse, but it'll get your blood pumping. Spool 6.
Welcome to the Archivox, where all children of Sotha Seal may hear his divine word. What can I help you with? A love poem? Oh, where to begin? I have so many favorites. Perhaps the Song of the Axle. Or are you looking for something more conventional? Ode to Brass Lily might please you. It's over on spool 19.
By the word of Set, I am bound. Welcome to the Archivox, resident. How may I assist you? Just a moment. Category not found. Your request, love poem, does not appear in our organizational schema. I regret that I was not able to help you today. Please report this deficiency to the archivist in residence.
Dreaming. Discarded flowers. Empty cylinder.
Thank you for your patience. This unit has generated an original composition based on your inquiry. Love poem. Please claim your word form at spool 17. Poem. A collection of thematically appropriate statements and metaphors arranged in stanzaic sequence, including title and required punctuation. Yes, this unit has composed a poem. I hope it meets your specifications. May Set bless your labors.
The one that was written that's really bad. That one that's soft. And that one. I'm gonna go with that one. He doesn't like flashes. He doesn't like brass lily. So have to go for
My feathers quiver with inspiration. Tell me, have you found a poem worthy of Lady Blightwing? Well, which one should I use to woo my sharp-eyed love? Yes, perfect! Let's do that one! I can't wait to express my feelings in the sweaty, fat-legged, wingless tradition. Follow me to the Machine District, Squire. You can finally meet my lady love. And the Duke, too, I guess. Away to the castle of my lady love!
Take a breath and report. What's the situation in there?
Grim, Proctor. Daedric beasts and shadow cultists control much of the district. And the crows,
but I am
the sky's thick with them.
This way, Squire! Come! Come!
Varuni's auxiliary? What are you doing here? First that bastard Devaith, and now the crows? Your taste in companions grows worse by the hour. Sorry, we're having a very bad day. You mean to enter the Machine District? Why? Normally, I'd say we should simply kill them all and take the key by force. But it seems these birds have a real talent for hiding things. Daedra and cultists tossed the district for hours, and from what we can tell, they didn't find anything. Fine. You can play their ridiculous game. For now. But I'm coming with you. I've lost enough citizens already. A word of advice. Don't let these Daedric pests push you around. We need to learn the nature of this key before it's too late.
No! Your metal woman is not allowed in Castle Blackfeather. I forbid it.
I don't want to go anywhere near your filthy castle vermin. Let's get this over with. Keep your sword arm wound tight. Daedra could still be lurking around here.
Crow Mother, help me.
My fair maiden of ruin, my heart swells to see you, like a dead cat's belly warmed by the sun. Your merits, defy calculation? My pelvic bracket pumps like a piston. Oh, that's not right.
What? Is this some kind of featherless joke?
And your face looks symmetrical. Symmetrical. It looks shiny, so shiny.
Sir Knight, that was unique. So mysterious. I like your face too. Join me on the treasure heap sometime.
She said yes! I owe you a debt, crow friend. Duke! Duke! May I present the featherless poet?
Approach, poet. Let me get a measure of you. Hail, crow friend. Yes, I remember you. The wingless bat killer of Crow's Wood. How could I forget my tallest, clankiest vassal? I thank you for what you did for our gallant knight of Marrow. Now, what boon do you seek from the Black Feather Court? The shiniest? The great prize? Outrageous. What could you possibly offer us that rivals the luster of the magnificent Lockpoker? Speak quickly! Speak! My knights and I must prepare for our next battle with the Exarchs of Dross! You would take up the Blackfeather banner? Tempting. The Exarchs use wingless allies to shoot down my vassals and scatter my treasures. But if we had a giant of our own... Very well. I accept! Go! Destroy the Exarchs, and the key is yours! Yours!
That's a good question.
We grew tired of it. Dreary spider caves, screechy bats, grumbling roosts. The court deserved a much grander domain. So here we are, and here we will stay. Clockwork apostles? Fair! Clanking featherless peasants. The Blackfeather Court cannot be cowed by wolves or bats or hags. We will certainly not bow to frumpy metal wizards.
So, we're going to fight birds. If only my Riemann Dragoons could see me now, channeling the arcane to defeat poultry. You know, it's times like these that I really wish I had a sense of humor. But since I don't, I expect you to keep the details of this entire escapade to yourself. You're really reaching. Enough small talk. Let's kick the droppings off our boots and get on with it.
I'm gonna be funny to see her actually. I could have brought... Seems like something.
Thick-legged filth! We'll pop your eyes out! Will be the death of us! Fly! Fly! Prepare to die! Retreat! Retreat! Scum! Take one step
Why
closer!
do you always
We
dare
dare
to
you!
fly, fools? Ha! Well struck, Squire. The Exarchs are in full retreat. Look how they caw like chicks and empty their bowels. The time has come for a counterattack. Prepare for your greatest challenge, Crow friend. The Motionless Guardian. Yes, yes! The flightless cultists summoned it to guard their treasures. The Guardian stands like a mountain of brass and fury. We cannot approach it, but as a featherless giant, you might be immune to its gaze. Behold, Black Feathers! Our giant prepares to destroy the Guardian!
Emotionless?
So it's either a gargoyle or what is this? Robots? Yeah, you didn't hit me. That should.
Shh! There it is! The Motionless Guardian! Strike true, Crow friend. Tremble, Guardian! Our giant approaches!
Their giant felled the Guardian! Fly, Exarchs, fly!
Victory! Victory for the court! Now let us take wing, Black Feathers! Back to the Duke! Our champion returns!
stones clean and plunder the Exarch's hoard. A proud day for the Blackfeather Court. Now, the Queen of Chaff sent an emissary requesting a parley. I have a plan to scare her off for good, but I need your help. I know what I said, fledgling! We've not defeated the Exarchs yet. Even now, they clean their plumage and sharpen their beaks. Unless we break the will of the Queen, they will always return. This will be your last task. I swear it! Swear! A trick! A bluff! A great crow scheme! Meet me in a building called Incarnatorium. I will explain all.
We're done, right? Where's the key? I think I've been more than accommodating, but I am done taking orders from a talking bird. I'll remain here to guard the entrance, just in case more cultists or Daedra arrive. You just make this quick, all right? You'd better be, with the key and without an obnoxious flying escort, all right?
The Queen of Chaff will arrive shortly. We must stun her with my magnificence. Are you ready? Look around. I picked this place for a reason. Pulley and pushy contraptions abound. When a city's wingless servants fiddle with them, the gears turn and pipes creak. I need to convince the Queen of Chaff that these machines serve me, and me alone. Yes, exactly. A performance. My legs, while svelte and regal, are not strong enough to push and pull these levers. I need you and your meaty hands. When the Exarch's Queen witnesses my powers, she will take wing and never return. Of course not! No more time to plan. The Queen's entourage approaches. Hide yourself! Hide! Hide!
Oh, Duke. You came alone? Foolish. This may be easier than I thought. Show me the key or my murder will tear you apart.
You are the fool, Chaff Queen. I wield the power of the machines now.
You expect me to believe that? Give me the key or we'll peck you to ribbons.
Behold!
What? Steady, Exarchs. It's just a trick.
Awaken, machines, awaken!
I will not be threatened. I am the Queen of Chaff.
Your doom is nigh. My machines will destroy you.
No! Impossible! Impossible!
Now, Queen of Chaff, you will die!
I yield. Such power. Exarchs to me. We leave this place.
Ha! We did it for the list! Victory for the Duke! Victory for the Blackfeather Court! We may have a complication. My. This would be much easier if you had feathers. I have. Kind of. I hid the great prize nearby. But in your zeal to impress me, you threw the wrong switch. Now the door leading to the shiniest is blocked! Blocked! I can fly through, but you will need to take the long way round. North! I will dispatch my proud Knight of Marrow to accompany you. Good luck.
Follow me, crow friend. The shiniest treasure awaits. Look at all these clicky-clanky lizard monsters. Good thing they're caged, right?
Skeleton key at last.
Stay back, my liege. Have at thee!
My knight, no! Quickly, list the lights! Pull the switch! Wait! For the night! Our victory over the Exarchs came at great cost. Quill and Claw, our lost knight was a true hero. We will not forgive, and we will not forget. I do not know which lock the Shadow plans to poke with the key he stole, but we will help you stop him. Yes! You are as much a member of this court as any crow. Our swift wings and keen eyes are at your disposal. Find the Shadow of Sotha Seal, claim the key he stole, and avenge my Knight of Marrow!
You look haggard. What happened in there? The skeleton key? Nocturnal's key? Damn it. I always suspected, but hoped it wasn't true. That key is a trans-dimensional artifact of unimaginable power. We have to get it back. The Omnivox alarm. Slag it! Someone's breaching the Cognitum Centralis. I have to get back to the Basilica. Meet me there!
What part of sealed don't you understand? The Shadow put a hex on the lift. Perhaps if we had the key you managed to lose?
Here we go again. I told you before, Lord Set would never allow the skeleton key to enter the city. There must be another explanation.
Well, by all means, explain it to me. Just be sure to use small words. I wouldn't want you to strain yourself.
You arrived just in time. I don't know how much more of Devaith and Varuni's bickering I could take. It's as I feared. The Shadow breached the Cognitum Centralis, Lord Set's seat of power. If it reaches the core, if it removes Lord Set from the throne aligned, we can't let that happen. You should steel yourself for the battles ahead. We arrived too late. As soon as the Shadow of Sotha Seal claimed the skeleton key, it slithered into the fundament and sealed all the doors leading to the Cognitum Centralis. Fear and Varuni tried to break the seal. You can see how that turned out. None. Lord Set designed the Cognitum to be virtually impenetrable. Even so, these whispering shadow cultists move through the city unhindered. I don't know how. Perhaps if we discover how they navigate the city, we can use that against them. I crossed staves with an Argonian mage once. He could leap through shadows, crossing long distances in seconds. Maybe that's the answer? Shadow portals of some kind? We need more information, inside perspective. I have an idea. Full disclosure, you may find this eerie. I suspected that Gascoigne's brain might contain some useful information, so I ordered a factotum to mine it. Speak to the Clockwork clinician in the East Wing. Maybe it found something. Yes, it's an incredibly useful procedure. One of our apostles created the anamnesic extractor to act as a kind of cognitive therapy for residents struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts. The results were mixed. Only in cases where the deceased requests it, or when a traitor tries to sell out the city to Daedra. You did kill him for that, remember? This is the surest route to the truth. We can debate medical ethics after we've prevented the apocalypse.
I hope they used a mini pickaxe.
Resident detected in proximity. Greetings. By Set's will, I am bound. Greetings, resident. What do you require? Reflecting. Permissions registered. I completed the cognitive archival process, and data retention is within acceptable parameters. Unfortunately, my current talk plug storage quantity equals 0. It must equal 1 for vocal emulation to proceed. Malfunctioning skevatons often appropriate tools and components from this chamber. You may wish to search the eastern quarter of the fortress. Skevatons often accumulate there and place reclaimed scrap in piles. I apologize for the inconvenience. Dreaming. Soil tabletop. Watchboard. please direct all queries to the nearest Clockwork Apostle.
Can Dark Elves, Nords, and Argonians actually work together? If not, this alliance is doomed.
Greetings. Please restrict dangerous experiments to designated areas. May my labors please the Clockwork Guard. Welcome back, resident. Your permissions remain active. What do you require? False assertion. This is not a top plug. Fortunately, I located a top plug in a Nemo crate outside my immediate visual range. Your assistance, while appreciated, is no longer required. Please ask the deceased resident your questions.
Resident Corpse Gascon Dusant, memory outlay primed. Submit query. Assembling summary. Subheading Whispering Shadows. Subheading Movement. Subheading Clockwork City. Cultists use gloaming gates, pools of darkness that channel Nocturnal's power. They serve as portals to many places, including Evergloam. Assembling response. Subject Evergloam. A twilight plane of oblivion peopled by nocturnal shrikes, phantoms, and beastly simulacra. Passing through Evergloam allows cultists to travel great distances without detection. Accessing Vigio's spatial memory. Mapping complete. 2 gates exist in the radius. 1 west, 1 east. Hidden in caved networks controlled by whispering shadows. These gates may not allow passage to the uninitiated. Incomplete data.
Dreaming. Familiar embrace.
Tell me you have something. Gates, of course. My apostles ran down a few rumors about cultists building strange basins on the periphery of the radius, but we never found any of them. How do these gates work? So we'll use the cultists' own pathways against them. Makes sense. Can't say I have any desire to fight my way through a plane of oblivion, but we don't have much of a choice, do we? Did Gascon say where they built these gates? And we have no way to know which will get us to our destination faster. Let's split up. I'll take the western gate, you take the east. Try to navigate the Everglow. I'll do the same. Hopefully one of us will make it to the Coggadum in time.
That must be close by. We're in for.
Fabulous! You're here! Gates closed! Closed! Yes, this is it. Everglow. Follow me.
I mean, he was saying there that the gate was closed. Yeah, I kind of just walked through. So, what happened?
Watch your step, Featherless. These stones are near to ruin, just like everything else here. Left, Featherless! Always left! Closed! Closed! You'll have to find another way round. Tight corners ahead, Crow Friend. Careful. Which way? Which way? Ah, right! Go right! Follow the water, fat legs! Ah! East! East! We found it, Featherless! Now, in you go! Onto the cliffs! You look tired! Tired! Just a few more stairs to go!
Nearly there.
Draw your weapons! One of Nocturnal's flock queens hides in that church! Sour taste, no shiny bits. Be careful.
Do your worst, Night Hag. You'll get nothing from me.
Interlopers, no. I will not be interrupted.
Thank you. unaccustomed to being captured. A Shrike captain wouldn't defend just any gate. This must lead back to the city. Follow me.
Mechanical fundament. Yep, there we go.
I recognize this place. These are the tunnels that lead to the Coggadum. Looks like the factotums put up a fight when the Shadow came through. Not enough, it seems. There, the Shadow's ward. Liquid shadows. Some kind of nocturnal blight. I've never seen the like. Wait, I remember. Lord Sid taught me a spell long ago. He said it would guide me through the darkness one day. I couldn't find a use for it then. But now... Yes, he said that logic and wisdom would part the shadows of doubt. It worked! How could he have known? Never mind. Meet me at the entrance to the Coggadum. We have work to do. I don't often admit surprise, but I'll be candid. That was one of the weirdest journeys of my life. And I've lived a very, very long time. With the shadow barrier removed, we can move freely between the Brass Fortress and the Coggadum again. Now we have a Daedric prince to thwart and a god to save. I hope you're ready. Tighten that armor and sharpen... The Shadow's got to be approaching the throne by now. We have to hurry!
Right. I'm gonna pause this here for a bit. I'll be back.